Well, if this doesn't justify a McFlurry, nothing does.
Forget about that plain old Oreo McFlurry. We're not clowning around with the 10 best McFlurry flavors from around the world. Cadbury Cream Egg from Canada.
Okay, this one is for a Cadbury Cream Egg.
Nothing beats the feeling of conquering the summer heat with a classic cool McFlurry from McD's. The McFlurry has been around for over a quarter of a century, first seeing national release back in 1998. But before it was a hit across America, the concept was a creation of McDonald's franchisee Ron McClellan from New Brunswick, Canada in 1995, and it needed 3 years of tinkering and test releases before hitting the market. Maybe that high-tech spoon with the hole in the top needed a lot of research and development.
Okay, take whatever time you need.
In any case, there have been hundreds of different iterations of McFlurries, from seasonal releases to short-lived special editions to regional and national varieties. But one seasonal release in the McFlurry homeland of Canada comes back every Easter and will have you bunny hopping with joy. Based on the Easter candy tradition of the Cadbury Cream Egg, this officially licensed crossover combination brings back all the fun of an Easter egg hunt without all the effort of running around. Mixing Cadbury milk chocolate and creamy fondant into a classic McFlurry makes for a great spring treat. But don't leave it in anyone's Easter basket or else it'll melt. Bubblegum Squash from Australia.
So, Australia, huh?
Here's a downright delicious McFlurry from Down Under. The name is slightly misleading since it refers to the squishiness of its pink and white marshmallow ingredient and not the vegetable type of squash. In addition to the mini marshmallow's sugary softness, a bright blue bubblegum-flavored syrup is mixed into the classic McDonald's soft serve, and the whole thing provides a visual contrast that is just as much a treat for the eyes as it is for the taste buds. Originally released in the 2010s, the Bubblegum Squash McFlurry took Australia by storm and quickly developed a cult following before eventually being discontinued. Disgruntled fans even started an online petition in 2017 begging for the treat to make a comeback. But even if McDonald's didn't consider the demand big enough to bring this McFlurry back, their biggest competitor definitely did. The Aussie subsidiary of Burger King is known as Hungry Jack's, and they're just as keen on being competitive with McDonald's as their stateside counterparts. After years of the Australian public being starved of bubblegum squash McFlurries, Hungry Jack's introduced a dessert called the Bubblegum Storm in January 2023, suspiciously made of the same 3 ingredients as its McFlurry predecessor. Looks like the Bubblegum Squash McFlurry must really be one of the world's best if it's worth stealing the recipe that obviously. Terry's Chocolate Orange from the UK.
Dude, what kind of chocolate was that?
This seasonal McFlurry warms hearts even in the cold winter months, and as a Christmas present everyone would love to find under the tree. The famously smashable Terry's Chocolate Orange is a big hit across the pond in the United Kingdom, but it's in even higher demand when combined with a McFlurry. UK McDonald's locations roll out an annual menu for the holiday season, including spins on beef burgers like the Big Tasty, a McChicken-inspired McCrispy, and an oddly unique but truly British festive pie stuffed with custard and mincemeat. But the crown jewel of the bunch is Terry's Chocolate Orange McFlurry, which makes sense since the chocolate orange itself is also a uniquely British invention.
We British sure eat crap.
The Terry's company itself has roots tracing back to 1767 in the English city of York, where a confectionery produced chocolate and candied fruit. Over the years, both ideas came together to eventually become the chocolate orange in 1932. In modern times, the chocolate orange combo teams with the McFlurry to create a brand new Christmas miracle. Next Christmas Eve, why not ditch the milk and cookies and leave one of these out for Santa?
I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
New to BabbleTop? Then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's easy and it won't cause brain freeze. Thanks. Matcha tea from Japan.
Green tea? What's that, Mr. T's Irish brother?
It's almost impossible to escape the matcha tea craze, and the McFlurry is no exception. Even if you've never tried it, you've probably seen its namesake on Instagram or TikTok. The market for this unmistakably green powdered tea is a global phenomenon, but it's in Japan where matcha makes the biggest impression when paired with that classic McDonald's soft serve. The Matcha McFlurry first hit Japan in 2016 and makes periodic returns every now and then to high demand. The tea's antioxidant properties have linked matcha to lower blood pressure, higher metabolism, and reduced heart disease risk, and it carries a caffeine boost without the usual coffee jitters.
It's better than coffee and aspirin. Want to try?
The tea has a distinctly grassy taste, but also carries a creamy experience with its hint of vanilla. This has made it perfect for hot and cold drinks, but also baking and desserts, with everything from fudge to cake to ice cream and donuts going green. With all those sweet combinations, it's no wonder it pairs so well with the best dessert on McDonald's menu. Banana Crunch from Malaysia.
He was going to be the one to eat this banana.
From the banana split to the strawberry sundae, fruit and dessert will always be a team. And at McDonald's in Malaysia, they've picked up the banana phone to officially call the yellow classic their favorite. First debuting in 2013, McDonald's Malaysia rolled out an entire line of banana-flavored desserts, including a banana pie version of the familiar American apple pie and a banana crunch sundae topped with banana-infused syrup. But the star of the trio was the Banana Crunch McFlurry, and there was no monkeying around with this one. It featured classic soft serve blended with banana syrup, as well as Cadbury chocolate dip and Kellogg's Cocoa Krispy cereal for that extra crunch factor. Malaysia being bananas for bananas makes sense, since they export millions of dollars worth of the fruit every year, including to the US. So wouldn't it make sense to give this one a shot over here? We might wind up going bananas for a Banana Crunch McFlurry in America, too.
Give me those bananas!
Groovy Lime from Malaysia.
Limes? What limes?
1 year before the Banana Blitz, Malaysia broke the mold with another unique McFlurry flavor in 2012. This rollout also paired the Groovy Lime McFlurry with a matching Groovy Lime sundae. But unlike Malaysia's eventual banana pie or the United Kingdom's mincemeat festive pie, they understandably weren't brave enough to try a deep-fried lime pie just yet. The whole neon green look was a perfect summer fix, combining soft serve with an eye-popping lime syrup topping. The big ingredient here was the addition of the popular Southeast Asian treat nata de coco, which is a gummy-like gel that carries a sweet and chewy texture. Nata de coco is manufactured from a base of coconut water and is originally an invention from the Philippines. If you've ever tried topping your vanilla ice cream with gummy bears, you'll understand why this McFlurry is such a hit. Turns out limes aren't just for happy hour cocktails, they can enhance your dessert too.
Sounds delicious.
Tiramisu from the Netherlands.
I'm sorry, I'm eating tiramisu.
Once upon a time, it was a tradition to have a hot cup of coffee after your dinner, but the times are changing to a cooler alternative. In 2017, the cold brew coffee market accounted for approximately $166 million of market sales. Just 4 years later, that total U.S. market value ballooned to over $1.2 billion in 2021. So with cold brew coffee being all the rage, it only makes sense to combine the coffee-flavored tiramisu dessert with the icy cold McFlurry treat. Available in the Netherlands, this twist on the McFlurry packs that tiramisu chocolate, cocoa, and coffee taste with creamy soft serve, as well as crumbled ladyfingers for that tiramisu texture. Although this tiramisu spin-off is mainly found in the Netherlands, the original dessert is an Italian invention.
Hey!
While the McFlurry version has also seen limited-run summer releases in the United Kingdom and El Salvador. That kind of global footprint might make the Tiramisu McFlurry the most international flavor of all. Stroopwafel from the Netherlands.
Do you know what the best part is?
That you're a free man again.
No, stroopwafels.
Another Dutch delicacy makes the list, as the Netherlands has one more McFlurry flavor up its sleeve. This one draws a parallel to the classic ice cream waffle cone, using waffle cookies called stroopwafel as the main ingredient in this McFlurry. Stroopwafels are a classic invention of the Netherlands, first produced in southern Holland as far back as the turn of the 19th century. They are waffle-shaped, wafer-like cookies, which is where the waffle part of the name comes from, packed with creamy caramel syrup pronounced in Dutch as stroop, which is where the other half of the name comes in. Crunched up, they bring a great texture to the McDonald's dessert that puts it somewhere between the cookie crunch of an Oreo McFlurry and the soft creaminess of a caramel sundae. The Stroopwafel McFlurry was beloved enough to enjoy a brief stint right here in the USA during a 2019 Worldwide Favorites promotion, where McDonald's introduced international McDonald's recipes to unfamiliar American shores. The Netherlands might be better known for its windmills and wooden clogs, but this hit from Holland has gained a reputation all its own. Pineapple Oreo from Colombia.
It's enough. Leave the pineapple alone.
We all know the conversation about combining pineapple with pizza can get pretty heated, but adding pineapple to Oreos might be less controversial as long as a McFlurry is involved. Pineapple on pizza was originally a Canadian invention, but this pineapple dessert combo is most popular in Colombia, where pineapple is a major industry export. It's a big hit since Colombia is warm enough to grow pineapples all year long, but a good chunk of them wind up in American stomachs.
Pineapple on pizza!
The Oreo McFlurry was one of the original 5 McFlurry flavors and has been a consistent favorite over the decades. So the idea of messing with the recipe might be a little scary for the average American fan. But the popular crossover is 2 great tastes that taste great together, with the pineapple tang balancing the sweetness of the soft serve and the cocoa bitterness of the Oreo. While everyone's busy fighting over pineapple pizza, the Pineapple Oreo McFlurry is one international hit that might be worth fighting for. Before we get to the top spot on our countdown, here's one exotic international McFlurry variety that deserves an honorable mention, and you might want to hold your nose for this one. The Durian Fruit McFlurry from Southeast Asia. The durian fruit has been tagged with some dastardly nicknames, including the world's smelliest fruit and the world's stinkiest snack. Spiky and watermelon-sized, this unassuming delicacy is a treat for your taste buds, but a no-no for your nose.
It's a formidable scent. It stings the nostrils.
The stench of durian is so bad that carrying it on public transit is banned in Hong Kong, Japan, and Thailand, and will net you a $1,000 fine if you take one on a taxi in Singapore. But if you hold your nose, it carries tastes of caramel and vanilla that are apparently good enough to ignore the smell. In fact, the Durian Fruit McFlurry was a massive success in Hong Kong, Malaysia, and Singapore, and the entire Malaysian run sold out in August of 2017. But if it's true that 80% of taste is based on smell, then we'll save the nose plugs for swimming and pass on this one. The Lion from Europe.
We now have a taste of lion. You know what? Lion tastes good. Let's go get some more lion.
The king of our countdown is a McFlurry inspired by the king of the jungle. And unlike the others on the list, this king is top of the food chain in more than one country. We're talking about the Lion McFlurry. Germany, Austria, and Poland are just some of the nations in Central Europe where you can indulge in the Lion McFlurry. Like so many successful McFlurry flavors, this one's popularity stems from piggybacking on another already popular sweet, in this case, the Lion brand candy bar that was invented in the UK in 1976. The bar itself is a wafer with caramel and crunchy cereal in a milk chocolate shell and lends itself perfectly to the McFlurry combination. The bar itself is such a big success in Europe that there's even a Lion breakfast cereal with the same ingredients, much like we have a Reese's Puffs cereal in the USA based on Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Combining candy and candy bars with McDonald's soft serve is the very heart of the McFlurry appeal, and sticking to this principle makes the Lion McFlurry the true king of McFlurry flavors from around the world.
Well, that makes me want to try even more.
Stay for seconds and tap or click another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.